Hello friends, and welcome to another game. Today, I'm going to do a first impression. I was actually intending to do a Let's Play on this game, but it's just... Well, okay, let me start over. I was going to do a Let's Play on this game, but it is very early in early access, and it's too quick to finish right now to do a Let's Play. Basically, Another Brick in the Mall is kind of like, it plays a lot like Prison Tycoon, or I can't remember the name of it, Prison Architect. In fact, it looks very, very similar to Prison Architect in a lot of ways, and that's not a bad thing. You don't have the boundaries that they have in Prison Architect, but you don't need them in this game. So basically what you do is you start off with a small store and you develop it into whatever you want. It's very free form. And there are certain factors you have to take into account, like parking and roads and employees and upgrading and making sure that your things are stocked and making sure that your trucks are bringing stuff in fast enough. There's a lot of management to this. It's not as complex as it sounds. So I played through the game for about 3-4 hours, I think. And I really enjoyed the playthrough I did. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the end result of about 3 or 4 hours of play. And then we're going to talk about some of the pros and cons of this game, because I'm pretty much at what would be the end as it stands. There's nothing new for me to add. There's just more profit to make. And basically... Let me find my last one. So is that? This must be European date. Let's pull my save that I actually made on purpose. And then we'll discuss what we have here and what we were doing. So basically, when the game starts out, you have a very small area here with a construction office and a small starter store. And you can sell basic things and whatnot. And I know this seems a little overwhelming, but it's really not. Just bear with me for a minute and you will be able to see exactly the basis of the game. It's way easy to figure out. Just need to touch on a few points, and this actually shows all of the facets of the game as it currently stands in early access. So this is your maintenance center, which allows you to staff it with janitors and builders. And this would be the stock area that I built. So this is where most of my trucks drop stuff off for the things around this area. And these are my loading zones, and these are all the parking spots you had to build. As you can see, I've built parking spots all over the place. And you get one connection to the road when you start. And then you can build 2 more as the game progresses. And it has a research system. We have a problem. Our stores are disgustingly filthy. I agree, but that's going to change. If I continue to play through this anyway, I will be building that up. So I started a second maintenance center for that. These would be 2 restaurants that I built that are not seeing much use right now. This is the storage area for the restaurant. So every thing that sells something pretty much needs a storage area assigned to it. It can be a common storage area across several places, but they all need to be able to have storage area. This is the big movie theater that I built. And what I did was I built 2 theaters, and the theaters have to be connected to the ticket office, which is here. And then they can leave the theater, they can go bowling. Here's the bathroom. And 3 restaurants. I hit all 3 types of restaurants that it has. These are fast food. This is dinner. This is like a food court style seating. And they all share. This is their common area. This that it's building now, let me give you an idea of the scope, is going to be my new store. So this area here is going to transition into here. But this is my current store as it stands. So you build cash registers, you hire staff, you tell it what hours you want to be open, you set your staff hours, you pick a shelf, and you tell it what you want to put on that shelf. And your stockers will stock that shelf with items. So they'll run over to the stock room, grab the items, and as you can see, I've got quite the parade going from the store to the stock room and back. But these are all the customers, and eventually the lines will get long as the day gets on, because it's 1 o'clock in the morning right now, so it's not too busy. But I don't have a very efficient register checkout system right now, so they start stacking up and then they get to maximum and people get mad. I built a small restaurant here when I started and a bowling alley. Apparently bowling is fairly popular, and this was my first attempt at a restroom. Not quite what I thought it was going to be. The urinals and the sinks have to be against the wall, and so do the paper dispensers, and I don't have any paper dispensers in my bathroom right now. Apparently it does not make you assign male and female bathrooms, which is fine, but your shoppers look like Jay Leno, basically. They have big heads, big chins. Not saying that's bad. Some people like Jay Leno. Maybe Mr. Potato Head would be a better allusion there. But I've got some workers building my new area. There they are right now. And they just build it 1 block at a time, pretty much just like Prison Architect. And there's a lot of features that are similar, but not exactly the same between this and Prison Architect, which isn't bad. I mean, Prison Architect turned out to be a really awesome game with a lot of depth. This game, being in very early access, the problem that comes into play right now, you have a needs bar, and if you provide them with a tremendous amount of fast food dining, well, it never goes down. They always want more, and you can't provide it enough. Casual dining, I have casual dining. I sold nothing. Fine dining, I have that. Nobody's going there. So some of the things are not tying together because they're all fast food. So, I mean, you saw I had several restaurants and I sold 12 things. I sold 160 total, and there's a demand of 800. It's just not taking it into consideration that I have them, and I've actually had people come and say, oh, your restaurant's not open. Well, they're always open. Everything's always open. So this is probably going to use some fine tuning, because every demand is higher than everything I've provided for them. So we're not able to meet the demands, which I guess is good, because we're always in a supply versus demand position. But here's the problem. Research takes a certain number of hours to get through, and the days go by fairly quickly. So the basic research takes 1 game day to get through. Cold Chain takes 96 game hours, in-game hours, to finish. Some of the more higher up ones still take 96. So by day 107, when I had not quite built everything, I'd already finished all the research. We're at day 108. Research has been done for a while. There's nothing else for me to build right now. So that's kind of why we're not doing a Let's Play on this. I just wanted to show it to you, to show you what's out there on Steam that's really cool. And I enjoyed the early access for this. And just for clarity, I purchased this myself. So this was not the developer asking me to play their game. I went and bought it, and I was impressed with it, so I'm drawing attention to it. There are some problems. If you put your loading dock and your garbage pickup here, blocking the road, people will not go this way, except to park, and then they come down here to park. So they can't drive through the garbage zone. Makes sense, but having to assign a garbage pickup section on the road was... I mean, I could put it next to the road, maybe? I don't know. I just can see better ways of doing this. And it was hard to plan it out at first because it sticks you in this little area here, and I misjudged the size of the road, so having to put parking in the road after wasn't fun. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up the day a bit so we can see when it gets busy. And you can watch the parking that I have up here. It's at 1,828 parking spots. So we're going to speed it up just a little. And we're using 340 parking spots. 350, 360. And it's 7 o'clock in the morning. And you can see the stores are getting a little busier. And this is really the only thing that gets busy. Pretty much they ignore this down here for the most part. Restaurants get a customer every now and then. But to assign your areas, you can assign storage, store, fast food restaurant, ticket lobby, movie theater, maintenance center, restaurant, or bowling alley. So since all my stuff is defined as a fast food restaurant, I can't meet any of those other goals because I cannot assign a dining restaurant. So I think that's got to be added in. So it, like I said, this is early access, so it does have some things going against it. Not really going against it, just has room for growth. Let's put it that way. That is a much better way. The pathing for the characters and the customers and everything is awesome. I mean, they will wander through grass. They find the doors. They come in. I gotta say, I would rather have that than have all of the building types in already. Because if your people can't get in, then you're gonna have people wandering around doing nothing. And then it's not really a game anymore. You don't have to build crosswalks. They can cross the street, not get hit. I was kind of concerned about making it like this, but they just walk right through the cars. Don't have to worry about that. But you can see the checkout lines are starting to get a little busier. So we've got a little bit of a queuing issue because they're not filling up these equally. And I think that's my design problem. So we're going to try this bigger space later just to see if that fixes it and put them all in a row and see if that helps out. But it's telling you my checkouts are full. And that one, this one's not full. That one's not full. So these are open. So I don't understand. I think we have some problems with some of our staff hours too that we got to clean up. But at 10:47, Store's packed. And the queues are only so long. Let me show you about how big they are. The blue line is how far people will queue up. And I'll move it down here so you can see it. So those are the lines that you can queue. Once you get past where that construction worker is walking right now against the purple line, that is it. Then your store will be full and they should move to another location. So I'm going to try to build this one up in a better built, more thought out design to see if it helps. Because the closer we get to 12, the worse it gets. And nobody's even going to this person's checkout. So I think that this one's too close to this one, so it's breaking some of it. So we got to space them out. The other downside is you can't move items yet that I've found. You select them, but there's no way to move them. And when you dismantle them, you don't get a refund for it. It's just gone, as far as I can tell. I could be wrong. But now you can see we're using almost 1,100 parking spots. That's all that parking. People are parking all the way down here to go up here and shop. And you can see them walking through the construction area. It is a neat, novel game. It really is. I see a lot of potential with this. There could be lots more things. I screwed up here. I put the projector in front of the screen. On this one, I put it at the back. It seemed to work better. So there's not a lot of guidance, but you know what? The people don't seem to care. They watch the videos, and he's looking for juices, so he'll probably go up there to the store. You could follow him, just like in whatchamacallit, the theme park ones. So building your own mall for fun and profit, and we're making right now $60K a day, but we're doing construction, so that's eating a bunch of our profit. And once we get this done and start making other things, profit will double again. But it's got all the right charts. You can get all the stuff you want to do. You can take out a loan if you want to, but that is another problem in the game. Is you can build up to the point, so you can lay a foundation up to, right now I could make a 1.167947 million foundation. So here's something that needs fixed, and I'll show you on this huge area here. So I'm making foundation, and we are there's 1 million. So if I want to lay foundation here, I can do that. But you know what doesn't charge me the 1 million right now? Charges me as it builds it. So there's a problem right now, because if I drop this, I can do it. I can do that, because then I can just remove it. So I drop that. All right, hey, I gotta spend $1 million credit, or $1 million. Well, guess what? I can do it again. And it was still there. So that needs work. That is one of the things that probably needs work, because I actually went under 0 and it didn't care. It just let me keep constructing. I could not build anything like registers that cost money, but they still kept doing construction, and they kept doing whatever they were doing. They built the things that I had ordered them to build already, and everything got done. And when the stockers came in and started stocking the stuff in the shelves, as they put them in, I started making money and eventually worked my way back up from negative $75,000, and then started again. So one little misstep in this game did not end my career. I don't know if that's by design or if that was a bug. But right now, it doesn't have good sense of money. You can I don't think you can find a point where you can go bankrupt. So there's no point in buying a loan. All you have to do is wait until you have the money and just buy it and buy it and buy it again. And you'll get there. And then you wait until you hit over zero again. And I have a feeling that's going to change, because that's like the principal design of most of these games is to manage your money. And I made a mistake and built this big plaza without having anything to put in it, and I had to rely on this little starter store to fund all of this. It's kind of not smart, but for first play, it doesn't matter. But I don't want to spend too much time on this. I just wanted to introduce you guys to this, give you my first impressions on it. It's a neat little early access game. I think I paid maybe $10 for it, and it's totally worth it. You can check it out on Steam, and definitely worth investigating, keeping your eye on it. I see this being able to go a long way if the developers get support. It's got a lot of potential. So if this is your type of game, definitely check it out, and I hope you enjoy it. Go watch some of the trailer videos. I'll do Let's Play on this later, maybe when there's something to actually Let's Play. But 4 hours of real time, and I've built everything you can build. There needs to be more stuff to build, and there probably will be. Like I said, this is very early access, so get it on the ground floor and enjoy a really cool game before it's cool. Anyway, I got other things to play tonight, but I did want to get this on the docket, so I will check you guys later. Subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying my videos. Like this video if you enjoyed this particular one, and I will talk to you guys later. I guess the sound of the toilet flushing means I'm out of here. See ya.